Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late because they actually just got off a webinar with a business associate of mine that we did for a lot of her clients in the bridal industry. So I was on hand to help answer some questions about taxes, income taxes, sales tax, all that boring stuff. So I apologize I didn't hop on right at 2 o'clock. But today I'm going to tell you the hardest lesson I learned while growing my business. And if you're growing a business, you probably are finding you're learning things all the time. Sometimes it's the hard way, sometimes it's the not so hard way. But I think the hardest thing for me was to understand that I could not do everything by myself, that you really cannot be a one-person business. There's no such thing. There's Hi, Vivian. There's no such thing as a one-person shop. Whether it's, having to ask friends or colleagues to help you out or ask them for advice, or if, you happen to be married to a marketing executive and you have to ask him to help you with your marketing, or you just have to actually go out and hire people. You really can't do it alone. And I'm a very independent person. I really like to figure it out myself and do it myself. And that was probably one of the hardest things that I had to learn, is that you're not an island and you really can't do it alone. So in the beginning, I really was trying to do everything I possibly could by myself. I made my first website. It was pretty terrible. I liked it at the time, but it looked super, super amateur. It was a little goofy WordPress site. And then eventually I had my wonderful husband, Alex, who is a marketing exec. He took it over and now it looks pretty awesome. That's largely thanks to him. But there's been other things. I've had administrative help over time. For the past few years, I've been hiring contractors to help during busy season. And, you can't grow if you're not willing to take those risks, because you never know when you hire somebody, especially when you're not a big firm and you don't have an HR department and you're just finding people on the internet. You're not quite sure what you're going to get, but I've been fairly lucky. Most of the people I've found have been great. And, again, when I needed to not do it alone, my sister is a HR executive and she's been helping me find amazing people. So I've been very lucky in that regard as well. But the sooner you realize you need other people and you need help, and there are people who can do other things better than you, maybe not the core part of your business. I don't know how many, CPAs I find that are better than me, but I certainly find people who are better at HR, better at marketing, better at understanding technology or sales processes. And, you got to really tap into those resources that you have, and those resources sometimes come up in unexpected places. So that would be my biggest takeaway. You can't do it all. And it's not even just in business, it's in real life too. You can't do everything. I know sometimes my kids get upset. They want to do this. Like, I want to play football, but I also want to go to karate and I want to be in theater. It's like, I tell them, you can't do everything. You can't do it all. So it's the hardest lesson. Learned a lot of it through running my business. I also learned a lot of that through my involvement in Scouts, believe it or not. We do a lot of teamwork and patrol method and leadership development. And I learned a lot of what I use for my business in my work in the scouting program, which is really volunteer work. So if you're still trying to do it all yourself, you're doing it wrong. You got to take those things off your plate. You got to make that what not to do list instead of the to-do list, and start outsourcing some of those things that other people can do better than you, so that you can do what you do as well as you can. See you tomorrow.